Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many given Sunday magic. Lights came primetime action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many given Sunday magic. This is not a game, this is not a game. Banging on your chest when I come through the pain. Never been about the money or the fame. But when it bring both, so here we go again. Wins on the road, yeah, I got those. Couple records that I hold, yeah, I got those. It's the playoffs, the team just got home. We ain't going outside when it matter most. Lights came, primetime action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many given Sunday magic. Lights came, primetime action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many given Sunday magic.
It's week 18 of the 2024 season. All eyes are on Mike Evans as he's topped the 1,300-yard mark receiving on the year. It's the Dolphins and the Eagles, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 23.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles. Even with all the games we have broadcast together over the years, partner, seems like every time we see something new and kind of get that feeling we might get something unique here in this one as well.
No two games are ever really the same, are they, Brandon? Because there's always a couple of little details, standout performances, big plays that help set each game apart. That makes every one of them entertaining to be a part of.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Miami. Well, this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. So here are the Dolphins now as they'll be backed up to start this first drive. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
Jones looking to throw right away. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. Now Jones just going to bat this forward on the jet sweep. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first. The Dolphins are 12-4 now on the year. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
Well, Charles, did it seem like to you that maybe they were a little worried about his running prowess there? Because everybody kind of froze when he got outside the pocket, and they were able to throw it for the first down.
Absolutely, and you work all week getting ready for a game, and you know that the potential is there for him to run it, but you better take care of those receivers downfield. They can hurt you first.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones, throw left side, complete. That's Montgomery. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it. It really gets them amped up as they go forward.
A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And the top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
Jones hit and the ball's out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. Taking it right down Broadway. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC.
And they will be in the playoffs as champs of the AFC East, but as it stands right now, Charles.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The 2nd-round pick who started his career at Alabama and finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and the rankings, they don't matter to him very much, but I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish #1, including himself.
And taken down just shy of the 40. So, CD, here we are. You look at how well this offense has played all year, 16-0. Now, in most years, they'd be at home right now enjoying time off for their perfect season, getting ready for the postseason. But this is the decade of the 2020, so that means 17 games are what's needed to get to a perfect season. Would a win here make them an all-timer for you?
It would. It absolutely would. And I realize we're not comparing apples to apples because of the length of regular seasons. But if you think back to the 1972 Dolphins, they were 14-0 in the regular season. 3 wins made them a Super Bowl champion, so they were 17-0 total. Imagine getting through 17 now and then continuing on and winning the Super Bowl. They're an all-timer team already for me.
17 yards and a first down for Philly.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And I remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. After one, it's 9-0. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. Throwing is Hurts. This is caught. Touchdown, Eagles. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Elliott now to have the extra point. And it's no good. He missed it wide to the left. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11th. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. Everything going right for them so far in this first half. They get another 2 points on the safety. Now they get a chance to build their lead out even further here. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
On second down, McCaffrey. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle first down.
Come on. Hey.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And some space here. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 34. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down. McCaffrey running up the middle, and he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
From the 27, Jones. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Hassan Reddick. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Okay, ready?
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Here we go, set. Tempo.
They'll try and throw for it here. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Now this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. Catch is made by Metcalf. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
Here we go.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey. A nifty move on the run, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line down at the 2.
Okay, ready?
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. And the pressure gets to McCaffrey as they stop him short of the line to gain. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. To throw from his end zone, Jones. He's got a man, complete. A big play there just before halftime, and even 40 yards. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Jones, a final shot before break. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before break. Jones airing this one out for Evans. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And that one closing in on halftime with the Cowboys out on top. Kyler Murray, 4 touchdown passes. From there, we head over to Atlanta to check out the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And it's the visiting Minnesota Vikings who are out in front. Tua Tagovailoa with a touchdown throw. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. Calvin Ridley, a touchdown reception. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And there were a few factors as to why they built this good size advantage, but the rushing numbers were not all that amazing. We'll see if they can pick it up in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they too didn't do a whole lot in terms of rushing efficiency in that first half, as you can tell by the numbers there. Both teams likely making their final adjustments before the second half. So, time for us to go back downstate to Miami and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. Fields this, and a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They'll start out here with the option left. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it. Most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Second and 6 at the 45-yard line.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on second down.
Ready.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts, 45 yards, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
Dolphins, nothing. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery, and he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a second and 11. Throwing Jones, rolling to his left.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Line of scrimmage, the 9, second and about a yard. Hurts sets up to throw it.
Eluding the pressure right. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. picked off by Ronald Darby.
And the Dolphins are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Well, still throwing here with a big third-quarter lead, but that time this defense gets a measure of revenge.
One of the few positive moments they've had on either side of the football.
And for the third time now, this is going to wind up a safety. Unbelievable. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. This is taken at the 23. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here.
A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
Fumbles it.
And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a two-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. I get it. Two-hand monster. Both hands on the football. Taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
So a roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around. And we know they'll be here before you know it.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Jones. And his throw is incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Now Jones to throw on 3rd down. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown Dolphins. Mike Evans with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list.
And the Dolphins are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tough there, good pass, hit the hands, he just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, It was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. And getting this just shy of midfield, they spotted at the 49.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. That's going to be caught downfield by Hill. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Tyreek Hill, 51 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And they just ran the fly route there, didn't they?
You broke it down perfectly. He ends up catching that one and taking it all the way into the end zone.
Well, thanks. It was pretty simple to break down, though. I mean, that's just a guy going, running on the go route, making a play.
Speed,
Kills.
speed, speed. And what does it do?
It kills.
There you go.
Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
From the 10. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
And we shift to spotlighting Mike Evans. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Jones now on 3rd down. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th. Desperation time now. Here's Jones. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Let's go now.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
54 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Here's Hurts to throw.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Here's Jones throwing to start the drive. This is caught by Evans. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Looking to throw. Jones. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. But it'll be 2nd down.
At the 35-yard line.
To throw again. Jones. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game.
Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
And the Eagles are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at the 20. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Another run with McCaffrey on 2nd down.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Hurts.
He's going deep for Brown. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded at about the 28. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Dolphin football. Mike Evans and the rest of the offensive unit heading back out there now. Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation, the catches, the yardage. That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
Means he wants the football again, right?
And it's funny because some of these receivers are very vocal about how much they're getting it. Others are quieter, but they still let you know, give me the ball, I'm going to make a play.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already...
And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Boy, tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this 1st down.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense. And certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Elliott on for the extra point. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On 2nd and 10, Jones. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Operating from the gun, Jones. Caught by Montgomery. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play.
Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw, and he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and boy, possession here turns over with a football already being in the red zone. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Off the option, here's McCaffrey.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
And they'll run the option here with Hurts.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
And now they face a 2nd and 6 after the penalty. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
A 3-yard pickup.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
65, 18 Rattler.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete. Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn it.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game.
Nice completion, nice gain.
Great tackle.
Really good tackle. Kept him in bounds, kept things going. What do you do here?
That's the question. Let's see what they do. They'll run for it. McCaffrey, and he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Philadelphia,
they make NFL history with this, their 17th win without a loss. A perfect 17-0 on the regular season.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Miami,
they lose a tough one here to close out the regular season as they finish at 12-5.
And as division champs, they will host a playoff game next week in the wild card round.